Right guys, so I'm back now after 3 weeks of not uploading. I do apologize. It's kind of been out of my control. I had to help out family with a few things, which I won't bore you with. Then I got ill and yeah, just generally been a bit of a mess for the last 3-4 weeks, but I'm back. There's also a new car which is parked under there. I'm not going to give any hints as to what it is. You'll have to wait for the upcoming videos, but they won't be too long. Definitely not a 3-week gap anyway. But yeah, I am also going to be doing a full sort of update video of what's here, what's the plans for the channel. That Q&A will also be in the same video, which I did promise in the RS3 selling video. There's a lot of video being mentioned here. But yeah, without further ado, let's get cracking with today's R32 content. Let me know what you think. And yeah, stay tuned for a bunch of stuff to come. I know it looks all a bit different. I'm using a different lens. Got a mic here as well. It's all a bit professional looking. I've got nothing to do with my hands. Normally I'm walking around the car with the camera and just rambling away. But yeah, the R32's made another appearance after 7 months. A lot of you guys have been asking where the car's been. It's been literally parked here, leaking coolant everywhere. So that's why the front end's off. But yeah, we're going to be fixing this coolant leak, and we're also going to be fitting some leather seats to the car. Now, as you know, the last kind of major upgrade to this interior was fitting this black headliner. Was a bit of a pain to find simply because this particular car has a sunroof. Right, so in addition to doing all this new camera setup, I thought I'll invest in a quick jack. A lot of you guys have probably seen it online. Simple control module here. I've got it all set up. It's on the jack inputs, hopefully nothing falls through. The car's not that rusty, but yeah, we'll give it a go now. Goes quite high, you know, it surprised me. It'd be nice to have a unit and stuff like that, but finding one's quite hard. And this would hopefully make it a lot easier to work on the car and do other bits. It's still going. That's the highest it goes, pretty high. And then you go down and that is locked. Right, so the coolant issue is actually quite a simple fix really. All we're going to do is change the radiator. I've already had all these bits off just to inspect what I need to get. All the pipes look intact, and that was the main reason why I took the front panel off. If you're pretty keen-eyed, you'll know that I've only got one bolt holding it on either side. Obviously there's 4. Aircon rad is pretty battered, so ideally I would change that, but I don't fancy getting aircon fluid everywhere, so we're just going to be changing the rad out. Reservoir is completely empty as it would be. I've been topping it up here and there whenever I've got to move the car, in addition to jump starting it, and it just empties itself within seconds. Right, so we've got a Euro car parts radiator here. It's the only one I could get in time for this video, but yeah, it's made in Germany, so I'm sure it's half decent. It's not, we'll change it out for an OEM one soon. Main thing I need it to do is hold coolant. It'll be better than what's in there right now. So all going to fall out now. In theory, there we go. One front panel of a Mark V off. Next step is to drain any remaining coolant. So we'll pull off that lower hose over there. There we go. Right, so now the radiator is all drained out. It's not like there was much in there anyway. To get these remaining Torx bits out, they're properly rusted, some of these, but that's all that's securing it to this bracket and the aircon rad. Obviously we're going to detach the fan once the radiator is off, but that thing has no thread. Oh my god, look at the state of that. As you can see, it's in fantastic condition. Plenty of wildlife at the front, and definitely a few leaks. We can see a bit of coolant there. Right, let's get this changed over. Right guys, so I'm just taking a quick second to thank today's video sponsor, which is YFood. As you guys know, these project cars are quite expensive to do, and all these little parts do tend to add up. So it's nice to see a company that's willing to support the channel. They have supported us in the past as well, so it's nice that they're continuing this relationship. They sent me out another taster box, so with a variety of flavors. Now, if you're not familiar with YFood, essentially what this is a meal replacement in a bottle. Definitely comes in handy when you haven't got time to sit down and have a proper meal. Keeps you full for up to 3-4 hours, and there's a variety of different flavors. This one is my favorite though, the cold brew coffee, simply because it's got a nice caffeine kick in there as well. There's different ones here, as you can see. All of the details are on the website, which I'll link down below. They have, of course, given me my own discount code, which is Hamza10, so it gives you a nice little saving there. I do recommend the taster box, so you can try a variety of different flavors. And I have got my own custom URL in the description, so if you are going to purchase something, make sure you click on that link. It goes a long way with helping with the channel, etc., and all of that good stuff. But yeah, without further ado, let's get back into today's R32 video. There was no issues with this fan, so we're just going to reuse it, attach it to the new radiator. Old radiator, new radiator. Ideally I was going to get silicone ones and replace all of these, but believe it or not, a full set of silicon cooler pipes for a Mark 5 R32 is about £500. I was shocked, man. Normally get the VW one, but they don't do the big 5 litre bottles anymore. So this one says VW G12 plus spec anyway, and I managed to get 5 litres. So that's what we're doing. I'm sure it'll be fine. Right, so I left it for a bit and also added some more coolant in the meantime, and now it's kind of just sat there now. What we're going to do now is we're going to jump start it so then we can get some of the coolant circulating through. So yeah, for that we're going to have to get another Volkswagen to help. All right, EA 888, for this beast. Looking forward to hearing a VR6 again. But they'll do. Let's see if we can actually keep the coolant in here now. Damn, there's so many spider webs in here, man. Let's go. Bit of a creak there. Cooler level seems to be staying, it's not going in. Let's get the heaters on so we can bleed the system. So yeah, if you need to change your coolant or you change the rad and you got an R32, all you need to do is put the heaters on max. Heaters are nice and warm, means cooler system's all bled. Let's get this good old thing off these quick jacks. Move it over there. Parking sensor's going crazy. I can't even turn it off. It's all up to temp. I ain't done this in ages. Oh mate, Mark 5 seat delivery 1. Right, so as you can see on the floor here, we've got a full R32 leather interior. It's not the fancy buckets, but only sent me back about 280 quid, I believe. And the rear seats, actually a viewer donated them to the channel, so a big shout out to Brandon. I've also got the leather door cards because the ones in here are cloth. Some of you eagle-eyed viewers will probably have noticed these are 3-door front seats, but they should bolt in fine. It just means I've got extra bit of leverage here. So, but yeah, quick reminder, if you are enjoying this new format of the video, make sure you do let me know in the comments. Drop a like on the video and also subscribe for a lot more content to come. Right, so it's quite easy really. There's 4 M10 bolts holding the seat in, same for the other side. Almost went into a bit of a nightmare there. So there you go, M10 bolt. Right, so the seat's half out. There's a reason for this. I was going to go and unplug it as you do. It's normally quite straightforward. There's usually this purple wire and then there's a yellow connector. As you can see, there is no yellow connector here because someone has cut it off in the past and soldered them back together. The reason why I say it's been bodged is if you go around this side, these are the leathers. Obviously they have a heated seat plug as well, which we're not going to bother doing yet. I don't plan to retrofit all of that because I'm not fussed. It's summer, I'm baking as it is. Now on this side, as you can see, we have got the yellow connector as well as the purple, so it's all as it should be. On that side, yeah, we're gonna have to either do it as it is, you know, solder it on to the new seats, or I'll just go and buy this yellow connector. I'm feeling like I should do it properly that way, but it won't be in this video. So yeah, what we'll do, I'll cut those off, get the seats out, and then just continue with the rest to see what other bodges we can find. Nice and easy. Now we will get this out through here, where we can actually unplug this one properly. Right, so rear bench, pretty similar to most cars really. You just lift up this bottom bit here. It's not going to be screwed into anything. Just got to put a bit of force on the clips. Finally. Slide straight out. Right, so all the seats are out. There's a bunch of junk under here, plenty of change, and there's even a Lego piece there as well from over the years. I'm not going to be putting a leather armrest in today because I couldn't find one for a decent price. If you have got one, let me know. We're still going to do the door cards as well. But I think before we fit the leathers in, I think it's best that we do a little cleaning montage. Right, so I got rid of as much dirt as I could. A lot of this dirt is really stuck in there. Probably removed about 1,000 hairs as well. It's pretty disgusting. Used that paintbrush over there to get in all the sort of hidden areas. But what I thought I'd do is get some of the bits that are going to be covered up with the seats, clean them as much as I could. And some of these bits here I can just do afterwards, because we're bound to get some more dirt once we fit the other seats in. Also found this sticker here which refers to it as a VR6, which is nice to see. Obviously it's an R32, and on the engine cover, strangely enough, it says V6, even though it's a VR layout. I'm not playing to round anything off today. Yeah, it's already so much more dirt. The factory spec on these things is weird. I mean, considering we have got a cloth armrest to go with the old cloth interior, it's got a leather handbrake. Doesn't really make sense. Right, so now that's all done. Final bit of the puzzle, putting in the bench, which should just clip in theory. Oh, that's lovely, that is. This looks so much more. Yeah. Right, so next we're going to move on to the door cards. I'm going to show you one of them, and then obviously you guys can repeat for the other four. The back ones are slightly different, but obviously it's the same sort of concept. There's a T20. There's a few different ones. There's one main one here on the side. There's going to be a bunch of them on the bottom as well. Then you're going to pull this door handle off here. Interesting, these already look quite loose. That wasn't. There we have it, door card off. So the best thing you want to do with this plug here is you want to take it off when you have this trim piece off, because you'll be able to see it just through there, rather than just letting the door card fall off like I did. And then this just unhooks this, essentially the door handle. Pretty simple. So yeah, we've got fabric on this one, and we've got no stitching along here. And the new ones, or the leather ones we're putting on, it's all leather here. Apart from that, it's pretty much identical. Got a stitching line there. And you'll also notice that R32s have their own specific trim. You can swap these trim pieces out. This is off a GTI, so these are standard GTI trims. Pretty easy thing. So I'll swap them over. And yeah, this will go straight back on the car along with these other ones. Right, so there we have it. First door card fitted up, all clipped in. All I'm going to do now is put the torque screws in, put this control panel back on, and hope that this wiring is all intact. There is one thing that I recommend you guys should go ahead and do if you are going to be changing your door cards. Get a bunch of these clips. Now these are what hold the door cards on, as well as the Torx bits. And as you can see with this one, it is a bit bent, but some of them are salvageable. Right folks, so it looks like we're finally there. All of the interior pieces are in. All the door cards are on. We've got one more remaining touch. As you can see, I've taken the trims off. So the interior is done. I'm going to show you the finished state after we've cleaned the exterior. As you remember, this thing was detailed by Midlands Car Care last year. It's been mostly parked, so it hasn't really done many miles. It will look good under this. I'm going to give it just a rinse for this video. We're not going to do like a full wash. It's just a bunch of dust and grime and all these bits in these corners. Yeah, look at that. Right, so the car is a lot cleaner than it was before. What I'll do, I'll give you guys a little cinematic now of all the stuff that we've done today, and then we'll wrap up the video afterwards. Right folks, so the R32 is all done. Cooler leaks fixed, leather interior is fitted, door cards are done, trims are swapped over. Kind of filmed this video over the last week or so in between the rain and just various different things going on. And yeah, the cooler leak hasn't returned, which is a good sign. Quite happy with the job overall. There are a few rough edges. This door card here could be a bit better, but yeah, maybe I could address that in another video. I know some of you guys are going to be asking about power and all that good stuff. R32s are quite costly to get power out of, namely a turbo kit. That's the only one I do, but that's probably maybe 3 times the cost of the car, put it that way. So we won't make any promises just yet, but yeah, I'll leave you guys to it and I'll see you in the next video.